Well guys, in today's video we will talk about Steve Perez, and it is seen that Steve seems very upset for some days, and it turns out that Steve Mercedes has been stolen. And now Steve wants to track his Mercedes, but in order to track the Mercedes, Steve must know the location of the car. So Steve gets the location of the car from the Mercedes dealership. And Steve is with his friends Eric and Christian, and Steve is very grateful to his friends for helping Steve to find the Mercedes, and Steve feels guilty for the incident because Steve was not active at the time when the car was stolen, and Steve is all set to catch the thief because Steve knows that anything can happen in the next moment. And according to Steve, Steve can't even report the car thief to the cops because Steve has no evidence. And then Steve traces the location of the car and explains the location to Eric. And Steve is 7 miles away from the location of the Mercedes. And Steve thinks that when they find the car, there might be no one in it because the location of the car seems to be stopped. And for Steve, his friend Eric and Christian are also very worried. And then after a while, Steve gets closer to the car's location, and then they see the car in the distance. And Steve is very angry with the thief, and then they try to approach the Mercedes very carefully because the thief might be in the car. And then they see from a distance that the thief who stole the Mercedes gets out of the Mercedes. And it is seen that thief is making a video with the Mercedes, and Steve can't control himself when he sees the thief. And then Steve and his friends very carefully approach the thief, and then the thief and Steve start arguing. And the thief is telling Steve, "This is my car," and the thief is ready to fight. And when Steve moves towards the thief to fight, the thief has to run away, and that's how Steve gets the car and Steve relaxes. And Steve finds a lot of the thief stuffs in the car, and then Steve drives the car and the car is fine. And Steve is very happy that he got his dream car back. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I have given the link of the official video in the description. You can also watch their official video. See you again in a new video. Until then, take care.